So what happens when you write a call option? So what we're going to do is we are going to look at this from a buyer's perspective at the beginning, and then we're going to see what happens when you write it. So bear with me until we get to writing it, but we are now still looking from the perspective of a option buyer. So let's look at an example. Apple, 198.78 is the current price as of closing on June the 21st. So let's do an example. Apple is the underlying stock. Spot price is 198.78. We're going to do a call option. And the strike price, let's take something very close to it at $200. Price of this option is $2.05. So what we looked at is, we looked at Apple, we clicked on options. Current price is 198.78. June the 28th is the first week, 1 week options, weekly options. You're looking at call prices, and I'm looking at a call price that's actually closest to the current level. Of no particular reason, just perhaps easier to talk about. So currently this is selling at $2.05 per share. So let's do a simulation. So let's take a price. If the price is 198.78 as of today, what is the exercise value? And very much like the previous discussions on options, we're going to focus on the exercise value and not the premium, simply because there's just so much that go into premium, and it complicates our discussion at this point. So we'll focus on the exercise value. Now, we bought a call option that gives us the right to buy at the strike price of $200. We now have the right to buy Apple shares at $200 from whomever wrote this option. So at the current price of 198.78, we would not exercise the option, and we would not buy at $200. We would buy at the price of 198.78. Therefore, there is no exercise value for this specific option. If the price of Apple goes to 195, we have a right to buy at $200, whereas the market is 195. So why should we buy from the option at 200 when we can buy it from the market at 195 at a cheaper value? So exercise value is 0. The price goes down to, say, 150. Why should we buy by exercising the option at 200? We could just buy it from the market at 150. So the exercise value is 0. If the price is 200, then we are indifferent from buying through the option or through the market, which makes us indifferent and which makes the option value, exercise value, to be 0. If the price of Apple goes to 210, now we can and we will exercise and buy our underlying asset, Apple, at 200 and then sell it back to the market at 210, which gives us an exercise value of 210 minus our strike price of $200, $10. If the price goes to 220, we will simply buy from our option and sell to the market at 220 and realize $20 of an exercise value. If the price goes to 250, fantastic. We could just buy through our option at 200 strike price and sell it back to the market at 250. We sell it 250. We buy at 200, realize a $50 profit. Now, exercise value after original purchase price, right? Which means we paid $2.05 right here to acquire this option, to buy this option, which means that at any point in time, this is a loss for us. It's a sunk cost. We paid this with the expectation of this option being useful, making us money. It may or it may not. It's not really relevant to how much you paid for it at this point. You paid what you paid. It's $2.05. You paid $2.05. You paid $2.05. Whoops. That's it. Now, this is if you were to buy it. Now, option is a zero-sum game, meaning my profit as a buyer is the rider's loss, or my loss is the rider's gain. So rider's outcome is exactly the opposite of what I have. Meaning the initial $2.05 that I paid, the rider gets to keep it no matter what. No matter what. So the price goes down, he or she gets to keep this. But as the buyer makes money, well, whatever the profit is for the buyer is the loss for the rider. So the rider is taking a huge risk of this stock going up so much and costing him a lot of money for a mere $2.05 off a option price that we paid. So that's what happens when you write a call option. Thank you.